In this particular video, we will look into the two classes of kingdom fungi. The first is the Basidiomycetes and the second we will talk about is Deuteromycetes. Talking about the habitat of Basidiomycetes, these grow in soil, on logs and tree stumps, and these are also present in living plants as parasites. The famous example of parasites present in Basidiomycetes are the rusts and the smuts. Mycelium structure, it is septate and branched. The three types of reproduction, vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction is present. Vegetative reproduction occurs commonly by the process of fragmentation. The body will break into small fragments and each fragment will give rise to new fungi. The second is asexual reproduction. Now, in the case of Basidiomycetes, asexual reproduction is generally absent, so it will be sexual reproduction which will be present over here. Now, sexual reproduction occurs in structures called as fruiting bodies, and the fruiting bodies are called as basidiocarps. We can compare the name of fruiting body with the name of the class. So, it was Basidiomycetes and it has basidiocarps. Now, the condition which is a bit different in the case of Basidiomycetes is that in this case sex organs, that is male and female sex organs, are absent. So, in this case the first step in sexual reproduction is plasmogamy. So, plasmogamy will occur by the fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells, but these should be of different strains or genotypes. So, one works as male and the other works as female. Now, in this case after plasmogamy, since we are talking about class Basidiomycetes, so after plasmogamy immediate fusion of nuclei will not occur. There will be intervening stage, that is dikaryotic stage, which will be present here, and it will result into the formation of basidia or the basidium. So, we can say that the formation of dikaryon over here is similar to what was present in Ascomycetes. So, in Ascomycetes also there was formation of dikaryon, in Basidiomycetes also there was formation of dikaryon. Now, once this basidia or basidium is formed, now the step 2 and 3 of sexual reproduction, that is karyogamy will meiosis will happen in this basidium, and it will result into the formation of spores which are called as basidiospores. We can compile all the steps. The fruiting bodies which we talked about were the basidiocarps. The first step of sexual reproduction, plasmogamy, happened. It resulted into the formation of dikaryon, which further resulted into the formation of basidia or basidium. Now, in this basidium, there will be karyogamy and meiosis which will occur, and finally the spores which will be produced will be called as basidiospores, and the formation of basidiospores is exogenous. So, we need to remember whether exogenous production is there or endogenous production is there, and it is exogenous in the case of Basidiomycetes. Talking about different examples of Basidiomycetes, the first example is Puccinia. It is a parasite and it is called as wheat rust. The second is Agaricus or the mushroom, the diagram of which is given over here. The third is Ustilago or the smut, it is again the parasite. Then there are bracket fungi, puff walls and toadstools which are present in this particular class Basidiomycetes. After this Basidiomycetes, we come to the fourth class, that is Deuteromycetes. Now, Deuteromycetes members are called as imperfect fungi. Now, these are called as imperfect fungi because there should be vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction which should be present in the case of fungi, but in the case of Deuteromycetes, it is only vegetative and asexual reproduction which is present. sexual reproduction is absent in the case of Deuteromycetes. Talking of their habitats, now these are important decomposers of litter, and as well as these help in mineral cycling. So this is an important point which is specific to this members of Deuteromycetes. Now apart from decomposers, some can be saprophytes or parasites. Talking about the mycelium, it is septate or branched. So if we compile all the 4 classes, only the first class, that is Phycomycetes, was mycelium. In that case it was aseptate and cenocytic. In rest 3 cases it will be septate and branched. Talking about the asexual reproduction, it will be asexual spores which will be present over here. These will be called as conidia. Sexual reproduction, as we talked about, it is absent, and that is why these were called as imperfect fungi. Now there is a specific condition which can arise in the case of Deuteromycetes, and the condition is that the vegetative and asexual stage of any member, that can be given one name, and then it will be placed under this Deuteromycetes. Now it might be possible that the member can have sexual stage and it is present at another class. Now when it is found that it is actually the same fungi whose sexual stage is also present, then obviously it has to be removed from this class Deuteromycetes and placed into another class. We can place into either Ascomycetes or Basidiomycetes. The 3 important members of Deuteromycetes are Colitotrichum, Alternaria and Trichoderma.